So no green makeup for this one.
Oh no, I'm quite relieved about that, thank you.
and tell us a bit about the music for this show and what sort of drew you to it when you came in to meet Simon Phillips, our director.
The music is of course written by some Grammy nominated composers. I'd class it as contemporary musical theatre, but it's also got this great 80s rock pop vibe to it. So there's some really good catchy tunes that people are going to go away humming.
And Ben, what's it like? Straight from Jersey Boys, which you're starring in now.
Yes.
And into rehearsal for this one once Jersey Boys finishes in December.
Yeah, it'll be great. I mean, I'm very excited about this role, mostly because my mother made me watch this film so many times when I was younger, and I kind of developed a bit of a secret love for it. And I always imagined, like, you know, picking up the girl and singing Up Where We Belong, you know, walking out of the place. So it's going to happen.
I think everybody's going to be very surprised because it's all original music. Brand new music that no one's heard, and I've got to say that's what sort of caught my imagination, and certainly the title in wanting to produce it here in Australia. Now, Ben, is your mother here today, or?
No, she's not. I don't record that actually because I probably should have told her. Yeah, no, she's not here today. She's back in Newcastle, you know.
Right. So we'll meet her at another occasion.
Well, I've always had a strong connection with the theatre, and even when I was in long-running drama series, I would try to fill my time in between each block by trying to do some theatre, because I just love it and it keeps you so fresh. There's a great discipline to it, and it's great to have that relationship with the audience. But in particular this show, it's such an iconic piece of cinema for a start, and then to be made into this wonderful musical. And I was fortunate enough to be part of the workshop in Melbourne, and it was just such a brilliant ride. The songs are fantastic, it's so catchy, and I get to play such a great, good time gal, so I'm really thrilled.
That's terrific. And Alex, of course, you've just come off the big success of Anything Goes in Melbourne, which you got terrific reviews, and it did crack a business down there.
We had an absolute ball doing that show.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, it's one of the classic Broadway shows.
Yeah.
Something very different to this show. So
yeah, terrific. And tell us what drew you to this show and why you wanted to be a part of it, and particularly this role.
Well, I've been involved in the two workshops of the production over the last couple of years, and this role, Sid Worley, is absolutely a beautiful part. There's a lot of comedy between the two of us, and it's, you know, we have a good time. And then there's obviously the story develops, and there's a tragic sort of element to it as well. It's a classic piece that has a lot of resonance with people all around the world. So I think it's an honour.
And we sort of toed and froed and all that sort of thing, and then eventually we settled on doing a workshop, I think it was 2 years ago in Melbourne, at the Melbourne Theatre Company.
Yes.
So I was very much part of that. And then said, okay, we've got it where we want. It then had to, we then had to land theatre availability where we could find a theatre, and then Events New South Wales said we're really keen to have it open here, and it sort of made sense, so the plan is to open here in May, run 16, 19 weeks, then go to Melbourne, and then to tour. But the thing will be a bit like Zhivago, where it'll be a set tour around Australia, and then see what happens or what the show needs for it to go out internationally.
And you've got the delicious Amanda Harrison.
Yeah. Well, I was really desperate to have Bert Newton in it, because I know a lot of your readers are really keen on Bert, but we couldn't get him. We couldn't pry him away from Wicked. So
of course.
No. But no. Well, look, we looked at that whole thing about saying, you know, do you go with big name cast, and do you go with people that can do it, and not that big names can't do it, but
of course.
But we thought with somebody like Amanda, who has a following within Australia, certainly because of Wicked, and is adored and respected by the industry. With Ben, who's just come straight out of Ben Mingay, who's come straight out of Jersey Boys.
Oh, and he's born leading.
Yeah, he's perfect for it. And Kate Kendall with Next to Normal, and Alex Rathgaber from Anything Goes. It just so it just feels right. You know, if you had a big name star in the male role, is it, you know, everyone's going to call that role, I think, the Richard Gere role. So it's better to have somebody that's not well known to the general public, so they can create their own persona, put their own stamp on the character.
That's right.
Yeah, so it sort of felt good, and actually seeing the four of them up there under light tonight.
They looked fantastic.
Yeah, looked great. Yeah, so
I have to ask the nerds question. Will there be a cast album? Please say yes. Look, I just love an Australian cast album.
We are currently having talks with Actors Equity, MEAA, to see if we can pull something together so we don't go down the Dr. Zhivago line where it can't happen.
And of course, Broadway is watching.
Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, I mean, that was tough. It was like a week-long audition for me in a way, because I auditioned for the Mother edition.
Oh my.
I know, so...
Why?
Well, because they did know how they were going to cast, and they've gone with us, which is ace, because, there's a maturity with the choices we'll be able to make, and we're all, I didn't even know who else was really in it. It's all been so hush-hush, and I haven't been able to celebrate, so I can tonight.
Yes, absolutely. You've got, and John has just whispered in my ear, there might the cast album.
When you hear the other songs in the show, you're beside yourself.
Yes, I've been dying to hear that. Do you have a showstopper?
I've got a great number. Actually, I've got a good number.
I think, it's nice to be doing something from scratch, from the ground up. Yeah, those shows that have existed for a long time, that a number of people have done them around the world. And everyone has their sort of reference points. I like that version. I like that person doing that role. It's nice to be doing something that we're creating from the ground up. Yeah, I did the first workshop in 2009. I played the same role, Sid Worley. So and then I did the recent workshop, which was during the auditions. And so it's nice to have that continuity. I really was. People use this expression all the time, but I was pinching myself. I was standing up there just going,
is this happening?
Yeah, it's a world premiere of a classic film. So, there is a cult following around the world, and to think that we're going to be in the rehearsal room with Simon Phillips and the writers of the film, Douglas Day Stewart, but then these Grammy Award-winning composer. We've got an original score
which is so exciting.
Yeah, obviously it remains to be seen how it's received, but I kind of my tip is that people are going to be really, really pleasantly surprised. A cast album would be. Would just be incredible.
Having come back from overseas, do you get a sense that, as a working actor, that opportunities are being broadened after, Zhivago?
Well, there certainly seems to be a lot of musicals coming through at the moment, doesn't there? And new shows being developed here with Dr. Zhivago, and I think it's probably fair to say that something like Dirty Dancing got the ball really rolling.
Have a dream part, something you would just love to play?
This is it right now.
Wow. Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Thanks.